I'm tired of teaching you guys about democracy and what it means and how in your great technological societies it would look totally different than what you think you are partaking in right now. So again, no suitable candidates. But again, I would keep Trudeau for the many reasons I said before. For example, his psychological profile fits a hell of a lot more than Pierre Poilievre. The willingness to be guided by public opinion when you inform the public on the right things, and therefore making more of the public happy. But again, when you got tribe versus tribe, like when people don't like liberals, even though you could have psychologists, psychiatrists analyze all of the liberals, all of the conservatives, and say yes, when it comes to a personality profile of being a public servant, the data shows much better in liberals. People don't care because Canadians, like other citizens of the world, are in denial about their own part in accelerating the Anthropocene, which will cause additional hardships. They don't want to change those behaviors because they'd have to care about their kids. So they want to blame people, they want to blame tribes like liberals, instead of saying, hey, let's all be keeping the same people in charge, turn everybody into independents, so no more tribes, and judge by merit. And again, all MPs should have totally transparent websites where they say, I voted in this favor for these reasons. And you get to know them. You get to know the real person. Something that Canadians, like all other nations of the world, are too lazy to get to do. They prefer just the bitterness of conservatives. And again, you can see what's happening around the world. You can see countries that have made progress, and then suddenly, boom, regression, devolution, because of the Anthropocene that we're in denial about as a species, because we're the cause of it. And we want to accelerate it because otherwise we'd have to look at ourselves in the mirror, and we don't love our kids that much, right? So I'm tired of this. So come up, hire a consultant firm from another country. Say, okay, hey, we're going to try this in Canada. We're going to try that. We're going to suspend votes. You can still get people fired based on a plan that these independents would come up with. So you could fire Trudeau, but it'd be based on non-public servant, non-long-term project decisions based on science, the natural world, not your pocketbooks of the magical paradigm. Okay, that's what it looks like if you care about your kids. So I'm tired of seeing this. I'm tired of seeing this party, that party. And again, it's as dumb as Democrats and Republicans in the States. It's dumb that the leader, or the lady that's the most influential in the Green Party, wears a cross in Canada. That's dumb. That's, if you don't see how that's ridiculous, she shouldn't be at a high level as a representative of the Green Party if she wears a cross. I mean, she can, wear a whole bunch of different masks if she wants, but she shouldn't be the bigger voice. And if there is a bigger voice, they say, well, I disagree that, she's wearing a cross, because it's, it can't be ecocentric and supernatural at the same time, right? Now, of course, more and more people, even scientists, man, I'm seeing scientists who won Nobel Prize, and they're now blaming other scientists for being anti-science when actually those scientists are. That's why they're saying, hey, we're trying to show you some respect here. You won a Nobel Prize, but you're hee-hee. And again, it relates to psychological pathologies. And don't ask Jordan B. Peterson for help with this, because he's got a lot of his own to deal with, personal pathologies. So again, we failed up here. That's the Anthropocene. So in politics, make it more transparent. Don't change leaders all the time at the risk of somehow Poilievre being better than Trudeau. And again, I'm speaking about individuals here, when all the evidence so far is that he's not, but you just hate, your hardships and your lives that you and generations of your family before you have helped create. And again, if people want to be in public service, they should not be allowed having a net worth of more than, you could say like something as small as $500,000. If you own more in property or money or investments of $500,000, especially if you got like 1 or 2 kids maximum, and you got a spouse that works, like that's crazy. So that's crazy to think they're public servants. Now, compared to Poilievre and Trudeau, I would think it's more likely that Trudeau would agree to this. I agree, and I'm separated now, and maybe there's a way to make fair calculations of what my net worth would be, approaching the maximum of 500,000, and he's not disabled. He can still work even if he's not in politics. So please make the sacrifices instead of pointing fingers. If you don't have public servants that would agree to this in writing, where the contract says that they are liable, and there's oversight committees that look to see if they were deceitful about this and they got money somewhere else. And again, because these guys are not preparing for the future if they're rich in the same way as preparing for your future. They have to be, not that rich to be serving the public. If you don't get that yet, and you don't, because you think life is about a Monopoly game, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to change my projections for the future of Canadian culture or any other cultures of the world where the dominant people primates are the one I share DNA with.